Hey class, let's check out doing those row operations on a graphing calculator, more specifically for systems with a unique or single solution, getting right to them. Time is money, so let's check this out. I'm going to pull up a graphing calculator emulator. This would be like if you were just to hold your own TI84. Let me clear this out. To enter a matrix, augmented or coefficient, second and your x to the negative 1 button has matrix on the frame. Matrix is a second function, so second x to the negative 1 button. All right, once you're in, we need to edit our matrix, so go over to Edit. You can pick any of them, just remember which matrix you're editing. I want to edit matrix A. This system, once converted to an augmented matrix, has 2 rows with 3 columns, and that's the order you enter them in. This is a 2 by 3 augmented matrix. You enter your numbers 1 row at a time. Top row is 3, 6, 18. The second row is 4, 7, and 26. After you've entered your numbers, I'm going to go second quit. Now, I want to take this matrix and I want to do some math to it. Second matrix. Now, we've already edited it, so go to Math. You can either arrow down or arrow up. It's a little faster if you arrow up to RREF, Row Reduced Echelon Form. Select, and then we're going to do that to matrix A. In the opening steps, and hit enter. All right, we're going to row reduce matrix A. In the beginning, it's kind of a learning curve of edit, selecting the appropriate math operation, and then going back a third time just to select your matrix. After you do a few of them, your muscle memory is going to kick in and you'll be super fast at them. Once you've row reduced, if there's a unique solution, your main diagonal will have 1s in it. Remember, the first column represents x1, the second column represents x2. So x2 is equal to negative 2, and x1 is equal to 10. In fact, that last column will represent your solution. When we did it by hand, we got 10 and negative 2, and that's exactly the last column. Once we finished that example in the first video, then we moved on to a 3 equation, 3 unknown. All right, and we used the same basic ideas we did on the first example. Let me move this over. We have the coefficients are these first 9 numbers. The values that the equations are equal to, those are put in the last column. That makes it augmented. Second matrix, and I'm going to do this one. I guess I didn't hit second. Hold on. Second matrix, edit. Now you can either edit over matrix A or you can use matrix B. Again, be careful if you switch to a different matrix, remember which one it is. I'm just going to edit this first one. 3 rows, 4 columns. So this augmented matrix is a 3 by 4. Okay, so let's enter the top row. 1, 0, negative 3, and 14. After you've entered, then your calculator will move you automatically to the second row. 2, 4, 7, and negative 3. Third row, 0, 2, 3, and finally negative 5. Okay, now you can arrow back up here. You can use your arrow pad. Carefully check to make sure all your columns are entered correctly. 120, 042, -373. If you're careful putting them in, I always just double check. All right, so that's entered correctly. Second mode. Now, when you go into matrix the second time, you want the math, RREF, and then the third time is to tell it matrix A. Our main diagonal, this one also has a unique solution. The main diagonal is ones, R1s. I guess it's is. We're not in English class though. 5, 2, -3. You want to read that last column from top to bottom. X1, X2, X3. When we did this on paper, that was the exact ordered triple that we got from the first video. 5, 2, -3. As a courtesy, I want to remind you of something else on your graphing calculator that's fairly special. Let's go back in, and suppose we had a third system that we were going to solve. I'm just going to quickly make up some numbers. I don't know if it'll solve out or not, actually. But here we go. I'm just going to make up a new 2 by 3 just for simplicity. All right, I'm just going to randomly pick numbers. 7, 0, 2, -3, let's see, 5, and 11. Okay, now again, this is just to illustrate something pretty special. If you ever have to edit your matrix, but you're doing a big set of these, you can hit second and enter, and it'll recall the last function that you did. I'm going to hit math, enter twice, and it will convert these decimals to fraction form. So x2 would be 83/35, x1 would be 2/7. But anyway, if you're in a big, where you're just doing the same things over and over, you can hit second and enter, and your calculator will remember what operations you've done in the past. And if you do that, it'll save you a few steps and maybe a little time. But anyway, that's what I was hoping for. There will be more TI84 videos sprinkled in through the lectures, so I will try my best to make it as clear to do as I can. And as always, ask questions if you have them. Thank you.